me, art means just being real about yourself and just the beauty of life in general. I look at art as being many forms in regards to like singing, rapping, visualization, just a world of beauty.
What is art? Art is God. Art is God's voice speaking through you. That's art.
What does art mean to me? Man, definitely freedom of expression, the ability to acknowledge, embody, and express the purpose and gift that God's given you, you know what I mean? Really just acting as a vessel, you know, to create and inspire people. Yeah, art, you know what I'm saying? It's the act of God. I mean, creation is the act of God.
Art to me is an expression of yourself, of something you're feeling, and it comes out in this physical form.
Art to me is expression. Express yourself, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things I can't say in real life that I can say behind the mic. It's just because that's just my thoughts, right or wrong.
Art, this is art, this is art. I'm art, you know what I mean? Art is life, you know what I mean? Because art imitates life. Animation, you know what I mean? Animating, you know, we giving something back to the world, affecting your psyche, you know what I mean? For a kid not to read and write, he know music, you know what I'm saying? He know art.
Art to me, man, is basically just expressing how you feel.
You know, basically to me, you know what I'm saying, art is raw self-expression.
Art in general is just an expression of who you are and your character. You know, like every day I wake up, I live an art form, you know, that is my life. You know, and art is what you make it and how you make it positive and how you know, have a positive effect on other people.
Could get you, hey yo, I spit out what's hot when I'm on a one-track line. Me and Gio got this one locked up, pop off like locks, non-stop. The cream of the crop, the kings of hip-hop. We keep our tongues clocked and spit shots at our mental blocks. Who thinks they have the lyrical capacity? When we're dancing, I'll call cats to stick lyrics in the rectal cavities. My body's one track, not two, not three. So lyrically, I'll eat the average MC from any LP or CD. Yo, symbol-added identity, I flow to infinity. And yo, this street poetry will have you shook to applaud me. I know y'all wondering if I will run out of words to spit, but as long as the English language exists, I'm making hits.
You know, I was just like writing poetry and reading and observing life and just educating myself. And through that, you know, I met people who were doing music and who I was inspired by. You know, Deejay Huggy being, you know, a producer at my high school, and then you know, DJs from around the way, around, you know, where I grew up, just listening to music, being a fan of music. My mother and sister are gospel singers, you know, so they performed a lot local music around the city.
He's always been a much quieter child than me, so whatever he did, I really didn't know too much about because I was more outspoken, and I was the one who was writing and singing gospel music with my mother. We were actually the second mother and daughter gospel team in the city of Pittsburgh. So all the focus was always on us, and ChaRon was like in the background. So we never knew exactly what he was trying to become.
I guess I just got in where I fit in, you know. I just took the poetry and put it behind a drum and seeing where it went.
You know, I was growing up, I had a lot of friends that were into music. One of my best friends, Steve, he taught himself piano at the age of 4. He was a musical genius. My other friend, he was making beats. And I really wasn't into it. You know, my mom, she was always into music. My uncle, who was her brother, he used to DJ, so he had all types of records. Never got into them. You know, I wasn't into that, you know, at that early age. You know, I definitely listened to music. I remember I was a heavy R&B head. I liked all types of R&B, you know, old school, new school, everything. I used to dance when I was a kid. But, you know, I was never, you know, into rap at an early age. And again, everyone else was doing it, but I was more into, you know, sports and just, you know, living life and playing.
And what inspired me to write? I would say whatever was going on at that time, which was, you know, probably whatever I was reading, you know, which was culture and history, black history. So those are the things that I really wrote about at that time. Love, women, you know, same things that inspire me now. pretty much.
You know, I got to high school, and you know, I had already been introduced to hip hop by then, but it was just something I liked, and it wasn't anything I thought I could do. And then I saw the movie Juice, and I already knew what, you know, scratching was and what a DJ was prior to that, but to actually see it, you know, visually, and the way they had portrayed it in that movie, just somehow spoke to me, and I was just like, oh man, that's tight. If I do that, I'll get all the girls in school, I'll be a man, all the rappers, like, it'll be a rap, so I'm on it. So it was definitely a gimmick at first, and then when I got into it, I realized, oh, I really like this is really fresh. And then, you know, it was just that everyday struggle to get better at it and strive to be the best I could, and then that just opened the door.
I met up with Huggy. Huggy was spinning, doing parties, house parties, and creating some nice production, some real nice production. So I used to just hit him up like, yo, yo, you got a new one? Yeah, his sister used to pick up, his sister Taryn, the youngest sister, pick up ChaRon. His name is actually ChaRon. My name is ChaRon. So I don't know, man. We always just had a connection. He's a good dude, positive, another, you know, positive model, you know, to be around. So I think we fed each other.
You know, everyone was into music. Everyone was into hip hop and rap and making beats. And I remember being at the lunchroom, and I'd be like making beats with like a little portable drum machine, or you know, we'd be beatboxing or making beats on the table. And then, you know, you have your MC, and at the time ChaRon was always there, so he would come and start rapping, and then maybe he would start battling some other cats. And it was just like, just that mutual, you know, appreciation for music, I think. And it was just like, oh, okay, you like it, oh, you like it too, you're doing something different, you know, I can help you, you can help me, you know, let's just go with it.
Back then it was ChaRon, Don Juan, and DJ Huggy. Yeah, I remember them days, and yeah. I don't know, it was like, I was in a group, Just Us, you know, alongside, you know, two other artists, Corio and Sam, and this was, you know, back in Shenley, and Huggy was the DJ, and he was spinning and making the beats.
High school, kicking it with ChaRon, and I was also friends with Huggy. And he was the DJ, ChaRon's the MC. So like, yo, we need to come together and do this thing. And we started Just Us.
We didn't perform much. We did the talent show, high school talent show. At that point, I was in a battling horde. You know, I was more like the cat in the crew that would just take on people and try to rip them apart. At that point.
After school, like every day, he was eating somebody else.
Shenley Day, remember the Shenley Day he had? He ate that one dude in the back, man.
And then I got with another group, Theologic Gruma, with the guy Nabri Savior and Ill Gil and a guy named Will, and we start performing.
We came together, like I said, in high school. It's kind of like the girls were saying, you know, the guys were saying, yo, y'all should like form something. Like y'all both are good, y'all are friends, like, y'all are cool. So like do a song or something. So I think we actually did a song together. I think me doing a song on his first project called Spitfire. That's when, after that time, is when we came together and formed a group called Logic Gruma.
We linked up with a pretty known group, older guys in the city.
A legendary group, RXC, they also would throw a function called Therapeutics. It was like once a month, and then they came like bi-monthly to where they would like showcase a lot of the local talent in Pittsburgh. So We were on the rise, so we were able to defend the, I think about 3 times we did.
Flames in Mortal Kombat, so when I spit on the track, it might melt to wax. I be strapped, but never strapped with.
We wound up rocking a lot with them. They kind of put us under their wings and just watch us learn how to fly. So those earlier stages was funny, but you could see the hunger. That would be the main thing I would say as far as earlier days is just hunger.
Cause at the time, like ChaRon he was down for whatever. If I said, you would say, yo, ChaRon, we got practice today, trying to rehearse for this show, for this song. ChaRon was down for it. Like, he put that first.
Just, even sometimes more times than even now, it was like, back then, it was just like, yo, I want to be heard. I want to be seen.
Again, just my evolution of trying to get better, trying to do more things, trying to incorporate different techniques or different aspects to our live show that I just needed help. And I didn't have so much time to maybe learn all the lyrics to some of the songs. And then, as I'm trying to do, again, different things on stage, musically, to enhance the show, it's hard to do that, concentrate on that, and concentrate on being ChaRon's hype man and backing him up.
It was not until, Huggy, because Huggy's like laid back, Huggy's that smooth DJ just in the cut, really not saying too much, unless needed, and we was like, yo, it would be hot to have another representation.
We had a guy by the name of Diesel. He's been a long-time friend. He's also a Shelley alumni, and he was producing at the time, and we did a couple tracks with him on the other project, the other album, the previous album, and I don't know if he came. I can't even remember. I don't know if he came to one of our shows or how that even started, and maybe that's just my bad memory, but it just, one day he came on stage and he started, it might happen from this. One of the songs we did with him, he decided to come on stage and help ChaRon with. And then we noticed right away it was so much easier that we said, oh man, like, that's what we're missing right now.
It actually happened through ChaRon. Actually, both of them, really. I'm not going to say ChaRon. It was actually ChaRon and Huggy. Of course, he's a DJ, and they do somewhat of hyping for the MC, but it's just him, and just me being crazy person that I am, and my personality is crazy. If you know me, I'm a crazy person, but it just happened, like, they were looking at going over their shows and was like, yo, maybe we need to actually get someone else on the stage as far as a hype man,
Diesel, you know what I'm saying, could be a lot more, yeah, and that's what you need in a hype man. So I was like, it would be hot to, if he has the time and if he has, if he's willing, if he has the willingness to do it, let's do it. And from day one, he always been loyal, he always been there. We was always making music together, so yeah, it was on and cracking.
He's a part of the family now, I definitely, look at him as the third member, hands down. So he's definitely part of the team, and he's been a huge help, and he's certainly welcome, and we couldn't do a lot without him, especially with the live shows.
The group name, I truly had no part in that. I was trying to come up with a name like time and time again. I'm like, what can we be called? What can we have that sticks with us and won't change, even if we choose to change a style or topics or anything like that. And actually, a good friend of mine's, Renaissance, Shauna, she has some, from what I hear, she won't let me live it down, but she has some saying hands down.
And at first we couldn't come up with a name, so everyone just knew us as ChaRon, Dawn, and DJ Huggy. And then once we really decided to get serious, we were like, all right, we gotta come up with a name. So it took us about a couple weeks, and then a friend of ours, Shauna, came up with the name hands down.
Man, when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's official. That feel us. Huggy thought the same, and that's where we are now, hands down.
Personally, to me, I'm an artist, so I feel that art is an imitation of life. Really, it's just man trying to recreate what God has already set forth for us and standards and, you know, things like that.
Yo, this is hip-hop, listen, without a pot to pissin'. I'm the voice of the block, every thought is written. Vodka shots, I'm sipping, proper props I'm getting. Clean your lockers out, I'll knock you off the box, I'm stripping. 100 flocks of women, gunning cops for snitching. I refuse to flop or stop, I'm top division. Rolly wristwatch, round like you told me I was this hot. So fly, if you wanna hold me, I can lift off. And if they chick got hips, I'll kiss her lips off. Let it get pissed off, don't let it get your clip pop. We ain't gangsters, cause gangsters don't make music. I make music for gangsters to bang to it. That don't mean I won't ride for my brothers, shoot knives for my brothers, do time for my brothers. Why you think I might rhyme for my brothers? Nighttime, on the grind for my brothers. I'm a hip-hop veteran, too hot for the medicine. Either with a chick or a click, I'm slick leather Timbs. It ain't a game, homie. Hip-hop has changed, homie. Look how they changed on me. Look at the chains on me. Ain't got a stain on me. I'm too darn raw. The same old shit. Look, I'm still ChaRon, don't see you when I see you. Leave you with a preview. Who can do what we do? I'll beg a queen out of magazine. You in a class with kings. Still throw their hands with a jab, that's mean. I'm the last supreme with a classic team. Eyelashes lean off that bag of green. I've been in the struggle. Top 10s I hustle. Locked in the puzzle. Stop him, he's trouble. Yup, I give it up like sluts. I give it up. Just trust I get enough. Get pumped and live it up. I'm old school. You'll never see me rocking a jersey. Prom's the only time I was rocking a derby. The dawn's my only disguise. I talk like I'm 30. Beyond your homie that rhymes, I'm hungry. He's thirsty. It's hip-hop, but this spot is way too nerdy. Dudes backpacks, that's whack. We way too nerdy. I can't even rock socks, that's dirty. I'm far from it. At the bar trying to stomach all this hard luggage. All this hard rubbish needs to get thrown out. If they want to battle, hope they got their chromes out. Cause I'm now with the unknown cloud. Got poets get to bring their poems out. Get your dome, ouch. Get it, man, I spit it, man. Far from a minute, man. Who you call a nigga to spit? You could admit it, man. We Africans and Mexicans, passing chimps and medicine. Laughing at pathetic men, my passion is embedded in. My genetic and limbs, polo fetish, my sweats and Timbs. Gotta match the mesh on my brim, the best with the pen. Better catch the predicate, spread it to friends. I eat an MC to burp up his verse. No etiquette when I was birthed, the earth sped up and spin. Now I gotta play catch up, keep my head up from sin. Ask God, why did he let it begin? The fetish we in, I'm sick. Call it medics, we connected, we win. We in, I'm a hustler, I'll sell anything. They ain't hustlers, they only sell dreams. I write the forecast for poor man and see what is coming. From the husband to the wife, giving life to a young in a fight. Study my notes, what I wrote is a skeleton like. What is life without growth and development? That's a rhetorical question, sort of a blessing. Portable confessions, I slang historical lessons.
I mean, when I was first starting to write, I was just writing. I was still doing poetry, just putting it to music. So there would be like, maybe like 24 bars on one verse. You know, I had to learn 16 bars and I had to learn, okay, this doesn't fit. I used to cram a bunch of words in.
Well, I mean, back in the day, ChaRon just used to get on the mic and just spit 100 million bars, like 48 bar verses. But now they're more structured and they know how to incorporate the crowd way better than, I mean, we did used to, you know.
Yeah, it's something that we all learning, man. Yeah, it's getting way more professional with it.
I evolved as a musician as well as the music evolved, but I mean, I always got positive feedback. So I think that's what helped me to get better and helped me to develop a style and helped me to, you know, be who, you know, I'm on my way to be now.
It's very interesting to see ChaRon transform from this quiet child to what he is today. He still has a quiet demeanor about him, but I look at my brother almost as a role model because now through his music he's outspoken. He's so knowledgeable about different people's cultures and about what's taking place in the world today. Not afraid to speak about it because a lot of artists are afraid to speak about what's really going on. A lot of them talk about drugs and sex and money, where he has a different point of view and he's trying to capture everyone in a positive light. So that's very interesting to me and reassuring that my brother's on the right track.
Like ChaRon done, man.
Oh man.
Like, I pay homage to that man. Like as far as like MCs in the Burg, like you know what I mean, he's the reason that got me wanting to say something in front of the microphone instead of just bullshit.
Some of us, we just do so and we just want to do something just because everybody doing it or just because we could do it, you know. But we don't really dig into it and see what's the benefit for others. You know what I mean? What you're talking about, what you're singing about, what you're rapping about, you know. And that's one thing that ChaRon do. He consider it's like he teaching, you know what I mean? He don't just preach, he teach.
What don't y'all get? What don't y'all understand about this hit? This world is dying and it's making me sick. It's all ignorance through differences that causes this war. Street war is still a poison to a kid that be poor. Your imitating, emulating something that we should be hating. In a spiritual sense, I cast the work of the Satan. Destroying his earth, driving on earth, still in the purse. What goes around, comes around, you're bound to get hurt. I saw the strength of my word, on my life, on my life. Don't open up your eyes, everything ain't mine. I'm talking to nations, I'm telling them, start the invasion. It's all politics to make you as people start hating other faces and races. When we living with Satan, the White House should be painted black, plus revelation. If y'all ready to rock with the collaboration, take look into my eyes, pupils cover the lies. My book of scribes, my people survive. Of course we fly, always in the zone when you hide. The pigs tap your phone, now you hear go and cry. Locked up state, I know you thought your clubs were safe. I know you thought your spouse drops ain't a cops were safe. Your cops is snakes, but what is bait? I brought the brakes. Start the attack, my people's been taught to hate. Hey, yo, just Genesis, we lust and being. Flush our hands with drugs that'll crush us dead. It's all fun until we get bitter and numb. Triggers with guns, brothers and smart niggas.
My style is the yin and the yang, you know, so whatever the beat gives me basically is what I'm going to feed off of. I used to just write, you know, because once again, you know, I started out as a doing creative writing and poetry and whatnot, so I used to just write. So whatever would inspire me, I would just jot it down and then get the beat and put it together. But then after time went on, after my first album I put out myself locally, me and Huggy, after that, and I heard it and I was like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is, you know, it could be cleaner, it could sound better, the delivery could be more tight. That's when I was like, you know, there needs to be a change, and you know, I changed it, and that's what developed my style. It's like I said, it's whatever feeds me at the time. I'm pretty much gonna write about whatever is relevant. Not only it might not be relevant to me, but if it's relevant to, you know, the people around me or the community or anything like that, then, you know, I'm gonna put it out there. If it's to entertain them, if it's to educate them, like it's just basically moving off the rhythm of the beat or the vibe of the beat.
You know, just me as a producer, I'm very moody. So whatever my mood is, that's exactly how my music will be. And I don't know if he's the same way, but I give him the music and it strikes a chord within him, and then it just all plays out.
ChaRon's style. Nah, he's just versatile, you know what I'm saying? He could give it to you. It's not really, I really won't call it a style. I say it's more is what the beat gives him, you know what I'm saying? Like what he's feeling at that time is what you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? So it's not really like, the way I see it, it's not like he has like a definitive style. He's just versatile in his style.
You know, it is what it is. It's like ChaRon is who he is. He ain't out there perpetrating a fraud. He's not misleading people. His art form and what he raps about is what he goes through every day. When he's not trying to be something he's not. Like most of these rappers are just because they think the labels, they want this. You know, they just do, you know, what the next man's want.
ChaRon Dawn is going to be the balance to it, I feel. Where we used to have a lot of consciousness, and then we had gangster rap. I feel like he's going to be the best of both worlds in terms of giving you that street edge, but at the same time freeing his people, you know, that paying homage to that. So I feel like where Kanye West came, ChaRon Dawn's going to take it to the next level.
Writer's block, yeah. Writer's block can be serious at times. So yeah, I get writer's block. Not too much, and it seems like the more I read, the more I actually write. You know, and I would say I read more than I write, so it helps. I won't write about necessarily what I read, but something goes on like mentally that I don't truly understand, but I have noticed that through the years, like when I read, like, man, I feel like I can read like a page of a book and be able to write like non-stop, maybe like I would say 4 to 5 songs right after that. And like I said, I don't understand the connection, but that's, that's why I'm reading.
Yo, it's the D-O-N, the OG's in the house. Go ahead and flip out, let the show begin. Exposing these gems, I went from being lonely, no friends that had their ladies that are only trying to show me some skin. Slowly they roll me like ponies again. No, slowly they show me the Ozies and gin. Only dough we spit, surely only Polo and Tim's. Watch me grow me the homies, pretend they owe me some M's. This not a mic in sight, I won't rip. I write to fight this nonsense. Some 5 mics that dawn. Brothers is sleeping, they snore metaphors. They peak and I'm at my peak and I'm eating like snack stores. Yo, why you reach your teacher like blackboards? Yo, you still freaking and creeping through back doors every praise and deacon. But I'm seeking a black lord, so don't give me the treatment. What you making out back for? I'm a gentleman, drunk off my heritage and melanin. Here it is, a rapper who peddles and sells medicine. It's so evident, next level's my residence. Just metal with clips that spit, I bet that sells it. Talk to the dead but far from being devilish. Talk to the kids, it's all for the development. Robbed of my spirit, then given a skeleton. Thrown into an earth with one verse to make the heavens split. You see how heavens get thrown into a hellish pit. Burgers on some selfishness, bugging like there ain't wealth again. But that's denial. My afro says black and proud. My cash flow stacks but a pal. It's not an act, it's a fact that I pack a crowd. So tell the mayor that we back in town. Yo, this is hands down.
Actually consider myself to be a teacher in a lot of my music, and just my way of life. I try to, have a good, positive image, for whoever to seek. So I mean, eventually, yeah, I want to do what I have to do to get my degree and to teach in a school setting, as well as teaching, outside of school.
So art mean to me, art is expression. First and foremost, creativity. Anything that produces change, positive change, movements. Art could be everything and anything, as long as it's positive in my eyes.
True, but I hate the pinch. Why you think I got steaks on my plate instead? Snakes in my face, yeah, you facing a dread, yeah. Crazy militant, crazy diligent. Call it what you want, I got the black babies feeling it. Black ladies I'm chilling with, the ones I can bring home. To the moms, get a bling, put a ring on. See the dawn, I'm a grown man with grown plans. And I'll never be content till I own land. It's like my goals crown, a million poems and jams. Still unknown, still at home with fam. Who knows while I'm not signed? You know cause I'm not trying. I don't need y'all cause I got mines. Come on. You could just put that after his verse.
Yeah, that's perfect right there.
Bang it out like that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Certainly, some of the older hip hop heads have compared this to Gang Starr, being that there was Premier and Guru, and there's me and ChaRon, and I think we've tried to, I guess at this point, stop fighting and maybe capture that essence of the old school hip hop and how it all started with the DJ and the MC and just trying to rock it like that in today's world, amongst all this other mess out here, all the other different styles. We do hip hop, we live it, I make it, I produce on all types of stuff. ChaRon is rapping on all types of stuff. So I think we're just maybe trying to, I don't want to be corny, but just, maybe bring good music back and bring back some of the things that people used to like about hip hop that might not be around now.
The production and the lyrics and the music, I would just say it's Pittsburgh. It's grittiness. It's it's unique in it, and it's a sound that a lot of people haven't heard yet.
As far as hands down sound, it's very polished. I've seen growth because I've been with them from the beginning. So it's that, like I said, it can compete in the mass market right now, not just tomorrow, but right now. The time is now. Yeah, that's real.
when I first heard Hands Down, ChaRon, Don, DJ Hug, you know what I'm saying, the Adi Labs connection, man, I was inspired. I thought incredible music, you know what I mean? I thought two brothers very serious and sharp, you know what I mean, on their craft at the top of their game, and not doing your run-of-the-mill, basic, everyday, average, you know, popcorn hip-hop that's out right now in the mainstream for real. These are dudes, man, definitely struggling, hungry, you know what I mean, but extra, just serious and dedicated, you know what I'm saying, purpose-driven in what they're trying to do, and you can hear it in the music. ChaRon Don's one of the most phenomenal artists, MC, that I've ever come across, you know what I mean, and not only is he a phenomenal artist, MC, he's a writer as well.
Yo, you want the real, then I'll give you the real. You want the rocks or the pills? Shots from the steel. Send them lead shots from the Glock is concealed. Tell them live not for the block is so ill. Dr. Phil, what you call this? If you walked in my kicks, this be what you call sick. Freaks get involved with them alcoholics, fall victim to them Tylenol trips. All violent y'all get, all slick, no grease, so street in the hood, no peace, so deep. Oh, teach how I should, cause the school gave up. Now my brother caged up, and his mother stayed up. Thought he never changed up, came up in a time where it's hard times when you can't get your change up. And he couldn't maintain with the same lane, but slain Peggy full of cane, same cut, same stuff. In the rain, some days had pain in his gut. Bad luck, so insane, sad, but so enslaved he was stuck. He must have babies at home, and they all gotta eat when his lady got home. Get blowed off a dro, getting lazy at home, and the dough getting low, so it's crazy at home. Now he back on his grind, 9 to 5, ride or die, and everybody's crying inside, cause he never had a chance to divide his past. Man, he never had a chance just to say goodbye.
Great rapper Hug on the production. I mean, enough said. You know, you hearing what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? Wiz Khalifa, Hands Down, ChaRon Don, the whole nine. You know what he's done with Liberation. You know what I mean? Just check the stats.
Musically, I would describe the style of Hands Down as the type of music that will always stick with you, that always has a catchy theme to it, something that you'll always remember in the future, something that will get you through troublesome times, as well as happy times, because you still have to have joy in the midst of sorrow. So I think it's just music that will always capture one's soul and feed them what they need spiritually.
I have chord tray, and I have Yamaha Motif, I have Pro Tools, I have all types of drum machines, I have the MPC. I personally use a combination of everything. I definitely would say that would be my trademark or my style. If I had to pinpoint it, is I don't want to limit myself to one machine. I try to use the best points, or the points that I think are the best about each machine to, you know, achieve the sound that I'm looking for. So, you know, everyone says, you know, what are you using, what are you working with, or what did you do that track on? And sometimes I just have to, you know, apologize and be like, I'm sorry, my answer's too hard. I'll just say everything. Like, I used a little bit of that, I went over here and I put it through that, and then I flipped it through that, and you know, I just went back and forth with it. So just anything I get my hands on.
He's too consistent. If we're talking about production in the Berg,
extra consistent.
DJ Huggy's the nicest, man. Like, why this man ain't nation? He should have been nation way back in the day.
Huggy, you know what I'm saying, one of the illest, not even in Pittsburgh, just period in the industry, you know what I'm saying, mainstream underground.
Anytime I see Huggy, I always see him saying that in front of a computer or with a guitar in their hand or something, you know. So I never really personally know anybody who dedicated to music like Huggy, or somebody that I know. I might see a big artist on TV and, you know, but I see it like he's a gifted brother, man, you know, and it's just inspiration, you know. That's all, just inspiration when I see them doing the thing.
The Art of Life probably began right after Mental Combustion was out, you know, and that buzz was out, and then, you know, I did some side things. I did something with an artist that was on Good Hands Records, Elix. I did a song called Keystone Cops, where I was featured, and a 12-inch was out for that, and that got, you know, positive feedback also. And then from there, you know, built with Kamachi, Reef, and Stay Store on the Juju Mob. But we always had the solo album in our head. We was always working on a solo album. Like, before Black Candles and Juju Mob before, you know, I was even doing Elix. It's like right after Mental Combustion, you know, we were working on another album.
I'm so proud of the music on this album. I'm so proud of how it's come together so well. Again, this has been, you know, a 2-year plus project. We have songs that are old, we have songs that are new. There's songs I've heard forever, you know, songs that we've just done.
Street grudge, infamous buzz, sent from above, devil's touch, infinite slugs. All my rebels came from Zion, banged with giants, made from the same brains that they gave to science. Same old balance, maintain the same old clients, lanes deny it. Why do you think my brain's defiant? Smoking backwoods in the backwoods, cause I'm that hood. Strapping a crack in my back, it could crack wood. Take your life like crack could.
I was just telling a couple of my other friends this the other week. Just, I'm blown away how everything fits. It was just, it's almost like it was already written, and you know, everything was just scattered, and you know, just somehow, you know, was able to put it together. But it just fit so well. Like it was supposed to happen that way. Like it was supposed to be that way. Maybe that's destiny. Maybe that's, you know, just some, you know, plan that's already, you know, in operation. But it just fits so well.
The Art of Life is different from Mental Combustion in the sense that it's myself and Huggy at an older point, at a more knowledgeable point as far as the music, you know. So it's a lot more mature.
I think we're just, you know, we're growing into who we are as artists, who we are as you know, musicians, producers. I think we're, you know, tapping deeper into our, you know, creativity.
You know what I'm saying? Mental Combustion. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, like, I think people gotta realize, like, when ChaRon and Hug did that, they was young. You know what I mean? That material was like old. You know what I'm saying? The cereal. It's just a reaction from that. You know what I'm saying? Gave them a name. You know what I'm saying? In Pittsburgh. And outside of Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, this album is more, like I said, they're more mature in what they do now. So this album is like, you know, I think it's what people have been waiting for, honestly, you know what I'm saying, from Pittsburgh. Because I'm glad when we got cats like this representing Pittsburgh. That makes our city look good, you know what I'm saying?
You know, Mental Combustion was I was still very, very competitive, still trying to take people out with the lyrics, still on my battle grind. You know, still doing it. Even on the tracks that I feature people, I was still like, and now I'm like, you know, building a lot more upon concepts and storytelling, and but the hunger's still there.
Probably my biggest goal would really just want to have this be able to be heard by everyone. Like, I want this to be out there. I want this to have a chance, so that everyone can hear it, so that they can see what Hands Down is about, what we do, who we are, and why we do what we do. And I just think it's just a fantastic record. I think, you know, from our previous records, we've grown, and although we still are growing, I feel now that, you know, we're comfortable where we're at. Not that we've plateaued, but we have so much experience under our belt that we know what works and we know what doesn't. And the music is just outstanding. It's outstanding. So, just I want everyone to enjoy it, or at least get the chance to hear it.
When it's, you know, a hands down thing, it's just like it's incredible. You know, it's just that energy. It's hip hop. That's all I can say about that, man. It's just straight hip hop, man.
Art to me is also an expression of, I don't know, there's so many arts like singing, dancing, acting. Me personally, like, music is a passion of mine, it's my art. I think an art is something that you should have skill at, you should have a passion for it, a love for it, and just do your thing, like, with your art.
When I say hands, you'll say down.
what makes us stand out as far as performance, I would say style. I would say, you know, charisma. You know, I would say energy. You know, those are the things that's gonna, you know, be evident when you come to the show and check us.
Live performance energy, you know what I'm saying? I always like to say, you know what I'm saying, my euphemism, I guess, to say, I like to give people a heart attack when I'm on stage, you know what I mean? Just banging them, continuing to bang them, headbang. You don't want them to stop, you don't want them to get a breath, you know what I mean? Just kind of, that's how you MC and control the crowd. And ChaRon, I mean, hands down, you know, when they collaborate on a live performance, man, it's that same kind of thing, you know what I mean? That same kind of thing, making sure people don't get arrested, you know, continuing to bang them. They know hip-hop, they know energy.
Our stage show is definitely known to be pretty exciting. You know, everyone always comes up to me or comes up to one of the group members afterwards and says, "Wow, man, like, you know, I love you guys' music, but when I just see the show, it's just a whole different thing. It's just a whole different mood, it's a whole different just ball game." And I think, you know, first and foremost, a lot of that, you know, I have to give credit to ChaRon. He definitely has just a good presence on stage. You know, it's not what you might see at a rap concert where the guy's just walking back and forth or he's grabbing his crowds or anything crazy like that. Like ChaRon is really like up in your face and he's really trying to, you know, get in touch with that fan one-on-one and connect with them. And he does it, you know, he does it through his voice. You know, he can be very commanding. His whole demeanor, his stage presence, it's just really good. And again, I think the thing that helps us more than some other groups is we're going back to how this used to be done, you know, with the DJ, the MC, and some turntables. And with that, you can really be creative and maneuver your show and do different things and add different elements to it. So it's a real show, you know, it's not just someone rapping for, you know, 30 minutes. You know, you got, you know, somebody's rapping and then I might do a couple tricks on tables or we might switch the beat up or we might, you know, get the crowd involved. And it's just a show that, you know, we really try to make it so everyone's having fun and it's not just us and not just them or we're all just bored or we're just going through the motions. We're just really trying to, you know, show the, you know, fans a good time. But it's always an amazing event. Every show gets better and better and I honestly get surprised sometimes how we pull things off and you know, just how magical it can be.
What gets me, you know, ready for a show? It depends on the environment. It depends on where that show is. It depends on who's accompanying, you know, with me at that show, you know.
We're just so out of touch with each other sometimes. Like, we'll have a show, and I won't lie, it's mainly just me, but I won't know what time it is. I won't know when I'm supposed to be there. You know, ChaRon will be like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "I'm about to get up. I just woke up." He's like, "You're not supposed to go in 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, my bad. All right. Just tell him, just hold it down. I'll be there in a second." Or, you know, we won't even have a set list. We'll just be like, "What do you want to do?" And he'll be like, "I don't know, man. You pick it." I'm like, "I don't really care. You pick it."
I ain't even gotta change for the game. I'm ChaRon, Don, I'll never change my name. I'm a Don Juan, I got the dames in it.
Ready or Not, Alphanumeric, Frequency of Love, Stop, Make It Good, Kill Them Verse from Observers, and Up in Here. So, I don't know, just first. I don't know.
You know, so it's there's no ritual, but if anything, we're always on the same page, but we're never on the same page at the same time. Like, we're never always organized, but it just always works. You know, again, I'll attribute that to the chemistry where maybe we've just been doing it for so long or we've just been together for so long that we're fortunate that we don't have to practice all the time. We don't have to prepare like other groups might have to, just because, again, I know him, he knows me, and we can just make anything work on the fly.
You know, I'm always listening to what I'm doing because usually I'm doing different songs from show to show. I'm not doing the same set. So I'm always listening to the music right before. It's not like a week, it's just like right before, just so I can feel that vibe. I know what I'm doing, I'm getting into it. You know, sometimes like 5 minutes before I'm getting on stage, I'm like in the car with Deejay or with Huggy and I'm listening to the songs and then I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
We did a Slippery Rock show. We opened up for Ludacris. That was mad crazy. That was like 1,500 to 2,500,000. I mean, not that I'm about to lie. So y'all ain't lying on the camera. Like 200,000 people we was performing. No, it was about like 2,500 people, man, in the gymnasium, man. It was crazy, man. Like that was just incredible.
One of my favorite shows was when we did open up for Ludacris. And I say that because I never felt the energy of people the way I felt it at that show.
Just the energy of the crowd, man. Like, it seemed like every time they scream or yell, man, it just felt like a wind was just rushing all in the front of the stage, man. But I mean, just seeing all those people, man, and really digging what you're doing, man, and feeling, you know, your music and what you're bringing to the table, man, it was just like, it was amazing, man.
It's a level of energy you get that actually feeds you to do whatever at that point, you know, and that's why you see a lot of artists like jumping, like, you know what I mean, like crowd surfing and all them type of things, because after a while it's kind of like something takes over you, you know, takes over your body.
It was crazy, you know what I'm saying, sold out, seeing all these people, you know what I'm saying, just feeling their music, you know what I'm saying, like genuinely didn't know who they was, where they came from, you know what I'm saying, now if they was local, whatever, none of that mattered, you know what I'm saying, people were just feeling the vibe.
You know, wanted to jump in the crowd and do like the straight, you know, rock concert thing, stage dive or something, but nah, it was cool, man, like it was just, the energy there, man, was just incredible, man. Incredible.
I was just on stage like, whoa, and they showing so much love and screaming. You like, yeah, and they like, yeah, and you just feel that. Sometimes you don't even hear it because it's so loud. You can't actually hear how many people saying it, but you're feeling it. You know what I'm saying? When you're up there, and then from there, I'm just like, all right, we ready, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's that power, it's that energy that you need as an artist, and that you be like, all right, this is what I'm doing it.
You know, the joy of just a hip hop show anyway is just, to me, it's just like being on that stage and just seeing, like, even if it's 6 or 7 people out there really digging what you're doing, and you know, you're doing your thing, and it's just amazing. It's kind of a good feeling, especially when, you know, you make your own music for so long, and like you see people react to what you do. So.
There was one show that ChaRon did that sticks out in my mind so vividly. And this was some years ago. He was performing at Mr. Small's Theater.
We did the show at Mr. Small's, and again, me and ChaRon got chemistry. And we're always trying to do something big and great, and especially when it comes to our shows, we'll pull off anything. And so we put the show together, and at the time we had this track called Huggy, I'm Sick. I think the title was called Bless You, but the chorus would go, Huggy, I'm sick, and then I would say, a word, bless you, and then ChaRon would go on with the chorus.
And he was performing, and while he was performing, I saw him sweating profusely. At first I was okay with it, because I was like, okay, the lights are on him, he's getting a little warm up there.
So we do this song, and we had an idea for ChaRon at the end of the song, while we're doing the last chorus, to actually act like he was sick. And so that was the idea, and at the time we were just like, all right, so, you know, while you're saying the hook and I'm saying it, just start coughing and just, you know, spit some water out and we'll get off stage. And then right, like literally 20 minutes before we got on, as we're getting down to the venue, I said, no, man, we really gotta pull this off, yo. I said, hold up, man. So I go to the store, I buy a little pack of, what is it, the Alka-Seltzers or whatever. I said, yo, just put these in your mouth, just sneak them in there, we're doing the last hook, and, you know, sneak them in there and then just start chewing them and let this stuff foam out. This guy puts them in his mouth, we're doing the last hook, it starts, you know, foaming out his mouth, he drops to the floor, he starts, like, acting like he has a seizure and stuff. The whole front row gasped.
So I got nervous, and I jumped over people in the audience onto the stage. Little did I know it was an act. It was all a performance.
The top of the stage off the ground had to have been 3 or 4 feet. She jumped up, rushing to go help him.
The people the people who were in charge of this event, they didn't know that it was actually an act either, so the cops were called.
And we had no idea people were out there thinking that ChaRon literally got hurt or was sick or was dead. The paramedics came, the police came.
And it was all an act, and no one knew it, including myself. And I was so embarrassed. I felt like a total idiot, but I was there for my brother in case he needed CPR or anything else. But I'll never forget that show, and we still laugh about it to this day.
And it was just outrageous show. I had no idea we pulled it off that well. And his sister would tell you to this day, like, she was mad, she hit me, she hit him. We were actually laughing because we pulled it off so well, but we had no idea that, you know, the artist really thought he was sick, so that was pretty crazy. But it just goes to show you never know what happens at our shows.
Art is whatever you want it to be. Art is any kind of expression that comes out of your soul, out of your mind, out of your fingers, out of your heart, out of your feet. Just art. You use different instruments, help express yourself. Some people use keyboards, some people use paintbrushes, paint cans, whatever. Sneakers, jeans. Art is art. Art comes from the soul.
I feel like there's a renaissance in the borough. Pittsburgh is a place of just a rich artist culture if you really do history and know a little bit about history. You know what I mean, during the early 20th century. And I'm seeing a lot more artists coming together, collaborating, just a real hotbed pool of talent. And I see hands down, you know what I mean, being a part of that, you know, being just kind of trailblazers and pioneers and making it happen.
Yeah, as far as the future for hands down, if they just stay dedicated in what they're doing now, just keep moving forward, it'll be cool.
There's only room for growth, man. That's all, you know. So they have Pittsburgh, but then lock down Pittsburgh, then it's PA, then it's the US, you know. Oh, and just might be international one time next month, you know. So it's only time, man. But I don't know, even next year could be as hard as a reward as 5 years, you know, or tomorrow.
Man, hands down. Yeah, I see them doing good music. I mean, next year, year after that, year after that, year after that. I can't see them putting out bad music. You know, I think, and they are going astray. Like ChaRon has a supporting cast around him that wouldn't let him put out black music. I mean, the music that the folks are not really gonna feel or appreciate.
In the future, I would hope that my brother, as well as Hands Down, would truly get to the point where they would like to be. I would hope for their dream to surely come true in regards to the rap music, and I think above all just capturing the younger generation, because I think a lot of these young people today, they're having a difficult time with what is fiction and what is reality. There's so much violence in the world, and it seems like people really don't care about how our ancestors got us to the point that we are today. A lot of people take advantage of, you know, black people being able to read and to write, and we were given a gift by being able to, through our ancestors, fighting their way through slavery to get us to this point. I think that a lot of people don't realize that. So I would hope that Hands Down would continue to capture the younger audience and just make them aware of just the struggles that African Americans have been through, and just acknowledge that our ancestors have gotten us to the point today through their music, and just make their dream come true at just touching people through music.
Hands down, if I have anything to do with it, they're gonna be in the mass market. They already are prepared to compete in the mass market, so I believe they'll be in it.
I see Hands Down on a 200-foot yacht, chilling, drinking whatever they want to drink, be it be carrot juice, prune juice, or grape juice, or Cristal, or Henny, or whatever it is. But we all just chilling on, chilling on this yacht and just, just on top of everything. I think they're definitely going to be on the top of the charts. Selling millions of records and doing millions of shows and touring the whole globe and just reaping the fruits of our labor, basically. So that's where I see Hands Down at this point.
I think the future is very bright. it's been a long road. It's been a long struggle. And there's times when I find like we wouldn't be doing this still, or we would have gave up, like, you know, other friends and other fellow peers have done. And for some reason, that last second, that last minute, when it should go wrong, it turns to the right way, or everything just clicks at that last second, and that provides a little bit more time for things to keep going. And it just happens every time, no matter what. Every time I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this album, this will be that, or I'll do this show, and let's just give up and find another way to make a living, or find something else to make us happy. And then something happens, we'll have a good show, we'll make a good song, we'll have some good news pertaining to the group, and it just is that, you know, just a little bit more rope to keep on moving and keep on pulling. So for some reason it just happened, so I can't imagine why it wouldn't continue to happen. And you know, I think, you know, he's just a smart cat, ChaRon, and you know, I do what I do, and we come up with some pretty good ideas and music together. And this album is just so incredible. I can't even imagine what the next one is going to be like. You know, especially if everything goes well with this and we have more time and more resources to do what we want to do. It's going to be scary. It's scary.
I would say the future for hands down would be more music coming out. However, whenever, that's what I would say. I don't know what's in the future, you know. I don't really deal with the future or the past. Just dealing with like the present and what's going on right now, I would say. So what's going on right now is like, okay, how do we get to the next step? You know, the next step is getting this album out, promoting it well, and then seeing what happens from the distribution of the music, you know, and wherever it takes us, it takes us. But never see stagnancy. I would say that it's not going to be any stagnancy. Just forward progression from here on out.
I'm sure someone has already said it. It's a corny question, so I'll give it a corny answer. And it's the title of the album, or it's just life. As simple as that, you know. It's in life you go through different things happen to you, you see different things, and all those different things make up your experience, make up your life. And all of the different things that have happened to me and that's happened to ChaRon, that's painted the picture for this album. It's painted the canvas, and it's painted this life that we're living. And you know, we may not like it, but the beauty of it is it's art.
What does art mean to me? Art is just, you know, I know it sounds redundant, but art is expression. You know, it's just the way we as humans identify how we express whatever we're trying to express to whomever. That would be art to me.
Yeah, yo. Yeah. Hip-hop game exclusive. Yeah, ChaRon Radio. Pittsburgh Radio. 412. You know how I do it. Hey yo, I still spit the sizzle hot for my nizzles on the block. My mind like a pistol shot, quicker than a missile drop. Keep it on some visual pop. Told me how to pencil dots, dot, exclamation mark. I'm a little rock. Open up a little couple double dribble shots on some fumble mumble talk. Rumble in the jungle box like Ali. It's all me, the Don, of course. I'm the evil in the eyes of Saddam in court. Smack a nigga in the face, open palms my sport. Who wanna play? We can play cause my song's endorsed. Look, dog, you got doo-doo in your paws on my porch, and that's disrespect to one who keeps the laws enforced. Like like Jews on the Sabbath, stay true to my tablet. So don't get me twisted or confused with the masses. I've never been average, I'll let your men have it. One at a time like a medicine tablet. I'm a better sense savage. My element's magic, I'm intelligent. I only spit relevant classics, man. And I don't live on no heaven-sent planet. So if you big, I got elephant caskets. For all you niggas, I'll rob you niggas. But if we cool to my brothers, I don't call you niggas. For them comedy raps, I clap and I applaud you niggas. Your comedy act was marvelous, nigga. My knowledge is bigger than any type of college you enter. Product is sicker, I'm modest to them bottles of liquor. Phenomenal spitter, only date models and sisters. I like blackberry juice when I swallow my dinner. And I hang with the sinners, look up to the saints. Use as sweet as a tenor while I'm deep as a bass. Never speak to beginners trying to eat off my plate. Put this fork in your rib like the meat that you taste. Wait, I brought in the banger, the Glock, it'll bang your look. I'm off the hook like the top of the hanger. You shook like little kids getting looks from the stranger. The crooks do long bids, then they look for my danger in books. Not Barnes and Noble, behind bars that's local. Most penitentiaries is hardly social. I don't know how to call it, like I lost my mobile. Stay strong and hopeful, I drop balls by coastal. Couldn't see me with some strong bifocals. I live low and give dough to the pole kids. Heads know I spit flow, never hid from the pole. Even when I was a kid with the bro, rip a show, yo. I'm keeping it coming, the beats that I'm drumming, synonymous with all the freaks that I dug and rubbing my feet to my bunions. Clubbing the street as a young and thugging. You blinking, they run in front and you sleep when they gunning your man down. Bludgeon your peeps if they frontin', slumped in the seat where you drugging blood in your teeth when I punch and loving my sneaks like a cousin. Young and I keep like a dozen. I bring the heat to the oven. I'll put the heat to your onion, his hands down.